couldn't breathe. My hands were shaking as I stared at the two gift boxes on the table, one the size of a microwave, wrapped in expensive silver paper with a massive bow, and the other, a jewelry box. Small, simple, white. My younger sister Claire practically squealed as Mom pushed the big one toward her. "Open it, sweetheart, you deserve this." It was my promotion dinner. I'd just been named Associate Creative Director at one of the top agencies in Chicago. 29 years old, the youngest person to ever hold that position at the firm. I'd worked 70-hour weeks for 2 years straight. I'd pitched campaigns that won national awards. This was supposed to be my night. Claire tore into her box. Inside was a custom leather weekend bag, Celine. I recognized it immediately with her initials monogrammed in gold. Tucked inside were plane tickets, first class, to the Maldives. 2 weeks, resort included. "Oh my God!" Claire shrieked, throwing her arms around Mom. "This is incredible! Thank you so much!" Dad beamed. "You've been through so much with that breakup, honey. You need to reset. Find yourself." The breakup had been 3 months ago. Claire had dated the guy for 6 weeks. Mom turned to me then, sliding the small white box across the table with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "And this is for you, sweetie. Congratulations on your promotion." I opened it slowly. Inside was a silver keychain. Not Tiffany. Not even a nice department store brand. The kind you buy at Target in the impulse aisle near the registers. It had a little charm that said, "Dream big" in cursive. "It's symbolic," Mom said quickly. "You know, you've always been the driven one. You don't need things. You need reminders to stay grounded." Claire was already on her phone, Googling the resort. "Look at this infinity pool. Oh my God, the spa has couples massages. Maybe I'll meet someone there." I stared at the keychain. $12, maybe 15. I'd seen the exact same one when I bought paper towels last week. "Thank you," I said quietly. "It's lovely." Dad raised his wine glass. "To both my girls, one learning to heal, one learning to lead. We're so proud." I excused myself to the bathroom and didn't come back for 20 minutes. Here's what nobody at that table knew. For the past 4 years, I'd been paying Mom and Dad's health insurance premiums. Every month. $1,400, like clockwork, transferred from my account to theirs. They'd lost their coverage when Dad's small business went under, and I'd quietly stepped in. I never told Claire. I never made a big deal of it. When Mom mentioned in passing how blessed they were that Dad's old policy somehow still worked, I just nodded. When Dad talked about how they were managing fine on their retirement savings, I smiled. $1,400 a month for 48 months. $67,200. I'd done the math once, late at night, then forced myself never to do it again because it made my chest tight. But here's the thing they didn't know I was paying. They thought some bureaucratic miracle had kept their old insurance active. I'd set it up that way intentionally, listing it as a company subsidy on the paperwork. I didn't want them to feel indebted. I didn't want it to be a thing. I just wanted them to be okay. The next morning, I woke up to 17 texts in the family group chat, all from Claire. Photos of her researching Maldives restaurants, beach clubs, excursion packages, Mom and Dad responding with heart emojis and, "Have the time of your life, baby girl." Nothing about my promotion, not one message. I sat there in my apartment, the one bedroom I'd furnished from IKEA because I was saving money, the one where I ate meal-prepped chicken and rice most nights because I was saving money and something cold settled in my stomach. I opened my banking app out of habit, checking the auto-pay schedule. Mom and Dad's insurance was set to process in 6 days. My finger hovered over the screen. I thought about the keychain sitting in my purse. Dream big. $12. I thought about Claire's first-class tickets, the monogrammed bag, the resort that cost more per night than I spent on groceries in a month. I thought about how Mom said I didn't need things, how Dad said I needed to stay grounded. Then I opened my email. The insurance company's customer service line took 45 minutes to reach a human. I was calm when I explained that I needed to cancel the policy effective immediately. The representative tried to tell me about penalties, about waiting periods for new coverage. I said I understood. I confirmed my identity 3 times. I requested email confirmation. When I hung up, my hands were steady. I didn't tell anyone. I just stopped. 6 days later, Mom called. Honey, something weird happened with our insurance. They're saying the policy was canceled. There must be a mistake. Can you help us figure this out? You're good with this kind of stuff. That's strange, I said, stirring my coffee. Maybe you should call them directly. We did. They keep saying it was a voluntary cancellation, but we didn't do that. Did Dad maybe forget and cancel it by accident? No, he would never. She paused. I could hear Dad's voice in the background, raised and frustrated. This doesn't make sense. We've had this coverage for years. Ever since the business closed, it just kept working. Well, I said slowly, insurance companies make mistakes all the time. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Could you maybe call them for us? You know how to talk to these people. You're so good at this stuff. I'm actually in a big presentation cycle at work right now, Mom. I'm sure you guys can handle it. There was a long silence. Oh, okay, yes, of course. You're busy. We'll figure it out. She hung up. I stared at my phone for a long time. 2 weeks passed. Claire posted approximately 900 photos from the Maldives, her in an infinity pool at sunset, her getting a massage on the beach, her wearing a flower crown at some resort dinner. Every photo had a caption about healing and finding herself and gratitude. Mom commented on every single one. My beautiful girl, you deserve this. I posted exactly one photo during that time, me accepting my promotion award at the company event, shaking hands with the CEO. Mom liked it. No comment. The 3rd week, Dad called. Sweetheart, we need to talk. The insurance thing, it's more complicated than we thought. Apparently, someone else was paying for it. The company says it was being covered under some kind of subsidy program, but that program was canceled. What kind of program? We don't know. They won't give us details because of privacy laws, but whoever was paying stopped. And now we're uninsured, and your mother needs her medication, and we're looking at... His voice cracked. It's expensive, honey. We're trying to figure out what to do. Have you called Claire? Maybe she could help. Silence. Then, Claire doesn't have that kind of money. She's still finding her footing after the breakup. She had money for the Maldives. That was a gift. That was different. We gave her that trip because she needed it emotionally. Right, of course. We were thinking, maybe you could loan us some money? Just until we get this sorted out. We'll pay you back. I thought about the keychain. Dream big. I'm sorry, Dad. I've got my own expenses right now. I just got promoted, so I'm actually trying to save up for a bigger apartment. I'm stretched pretty thin. You just got a promotion. Doesn't that mean more money? Some. But I'm investing it back into myself. You know, staying grounded, thinking long term. Another long silence. I see. Okay, I understand. He hung up. I sat very still in my living room, and I didn't feel bad. I felt something else. Something that felt like breathing for the first time in 4 years. Here's what happened next. Mom called 2 days later. Not to ask for money, to tell me that Aunt Diane had come through and offered to help them find affordable coverage. She didn't ask how I was. She didn't mention my promotion again. She talked for 15 minutes about how family shows up when it matters and how blessed they were to have Aunt Diane in their lives. I said that was wonderful. I said I was happy for them. I didn't mention that I'd been showing up for 4 years while Aunt Diane sent Christmas cards and Facebook prayers. Claire came back from the Maldives glowing and refreshed and posted a long caption about the healing power of self-care and choosing yourself. Mom shared it with the caption, "So proud of my brave girl." My promotion got a polite congratulations text from Dad 3 weeks late. He'd forgotten. And that's when I realized something. They didn't value what I did because I never made them see it. I made it invisible. I made it easy. I paid for their health, their safety, their peace of mind, and I wrapped it up in a bureaucratic fiction so they'd never have to feel uncomfortable. And in return, they gave me a $12 keychain and told me I didn't need things. So I stopped making it invisible. I started posting about my work, not obnoxiously, just normally. Photos from client dinners, screenshots of campaign launches, industry award nominations, the stuff I used to keep private because I didn't want to seem like I was bragging. I bought myself a Celine bag. Not a weekend bag, a work tote, beautiful, expensive, exactly what I wanted. I posted a photo of it with the caption, "Sometimes you have to give yourself the gift you deserve." Mom didn't like the post. Claire commented, "Must be nice." I started declining family dinners when I was busy. I stopped responding to texts within 5 minutes. I stopped being available to help with tech problems and insurance questions and tax paperwork. When Mom called asking if I could help Dad set up his new phone, I said, "I'm sure he can figure it out. There are YouTube tutorials." "You're so much faster at this stuff, honey." "I'm also really busy. He's a smart guy, he'll manage." I could hear the surprise in her voice. "Oh, okay, sure." 6 months after the promotion dinner, Claire announced she was moving back home with Mom and Dad. The post-breakup healing journey apparently required a rent-free bedroom and home-cooked meals while she figured out her next chapter. Mom called to tell me the news, clearly expecting me to offer to help with expenses or something. Instead, I said, "That's nice. I'm sure you'll all enjoy the time together. It'll be tight with 3 of us, but we'll make it work. Your dad's thinking about converting the garage into a little studio space for her." "Sounds lovely." "It's just I don't know, honey. Sometimes I wonder if we made a mistake, babying her the way we did. She's 27 and she's never really been independent. Not like you." I stirred my very expensive oat milk latte and looked out the window of my new apartment, the 2-bedroom in Lincoln Park with exposed brick and lake views that I'd just signed a lease for. "Well," I said carefully, "you gave her what you thought she needed. That's what parents do, right?" "I suppose. It's just hard watching her struggle. I wish we could do more." "You gave her the Maldives. That was something. That was different. That was healing, emotional support. I remember." Mom went quiet. Then, "Are you upset about something?" "No." "Why would I be upset? You just seem different lately, distant." I thought about the insurance premiums. I thought about 4 years of quiet, invisible support. I thought about a $12 keychain. "I'm not distant, Mom. I'm just busy building the life I want. Like you said, I'm the driven one. I don't need things. I need reminders to stay grounded. That's not what I need to go." Client call. "Love you." I hung up. Last month, Claire posted a long essay on Facebook about how hard it is to be an adult when society expects you to have it all figured out, about how grateful she is for parents who give her grace, about how not everyone has a clear path, and that's okay. 200 likes. Mom shared it with 3 heart emojis. I posted a photo from the agency's annual gala, me, in a designer dress I'd saved 3 months to buy, standing next to the CEO, holding a trophy for Campaign of the Year. 30 likes. Mom wasn't one of them. But here's the thing. I didn't post it for her. I posted it because I was done making my success invisible to make other people comfortable. I was done shrinking myself so Claire's struggles looked more sympathetic. I was done pretending that a $12 keychain and a first-class trip to the Maldives were somehow equivalent expressions of love. Last week, Mom called. Not about tech support, not about insurance. She called to tell me that Aunt Diane mentioned seeing my award on LinkedIn and was so impressed, that a cousin I barely talked to asked if I could give career advice to her daughter, that people were noticing me. "We really are proud of you, honey," Mom said, and her voice sounded strange, almost uncertain. "We don't say it enough. We should say it more." "Thank you," I said. "That means a lot. And I've been thinking about that dinner. Your promotion dinner. I think maybe we didn't make it special enough. We were so focused on Claire and her breakup and, Mom, it's okay." "No, it's not. You've always been the one who doesn't need attention, the one who just handles things. And I think we took that for granted." I looked at my keychain sitting on my desk. I'd kept it, not because it meant something, but because it reminded me of something. It reminded me that you teach people how to treat you, and for 4 years, I taught my family that I didn't need recognition, didn't need celebration, didn't need gratitude. I taught them that I was fine being invisible, and they believed me. "I appreciate you saying that," I told Mom. "I really do. Maybe we could do another dinner, a real celebration this time, just for you." "Maybe. Let me check my schedule." I didn't check my schedule. I knew I was busy. I had client meetings and pitch presentations and a life I'd built carefully, deliberately, without waiting for anyone's permission or approval. That keychain sits on my desk now, next to my awards and my business cards and the framed photo from the gala. It's the cheapest thing in my office by far. But it taught me the most expensive lesson. The people who love you shouldn't make you feel like wanting to be seen is asking for too much. And if they do, then maybe being invisible to them is exactly the gift they deserve.